الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعد حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا فإذا بلغن أجلهن فأمسكوهن بمعروف أو فارقوهن بمعروف وأشهدوا ذوي عدل منكم وأقيموا الشهادة لله ذلكم يوعظ به من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر واللائي لم يحضن وأولاة الأحمال أجلهن أن يضعن حملهن ومن يتق الله يجعل له من أمره يسرا ذلك أمر الله أنزله إليكم ومن يتق الله يكفر عنه سيئاته ويعظم له أجرا أسكنوهن من حيث سكنتم من وجدكم ولا تضاروهن لتضيقوا عليهن وإن كن أولات حمل فأنفقوا عليهن حتى يضعن حملهن فإن أرضعن لكم فآتوهن أجورهن وأتمروا بينكم بمعروف وإن تعاسرتم فسترضع له أخرى لينفق ذو سعة من سعته ومن قدر عليه رزقه فلينفق مما آتاه الله لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما آتاها سيجعل الله بعد عسر يسرا وكأين من قرية عتت عن أمر ربها ورسله فحاسبناها حسابا شديدا فحاسبناها حسابا شديدا وعذبناها عذابا نكرا فذاقت وبال أمرها وكان عاقبة أمرها خسرا أعد الله لهم عذابا شديدا فاتقوا الله يا أولي الألباب الذين آمنوا قد أنزل الله إليكم ذكرا رسولا يتلو عليكم آيات الله مبينات ليخرج الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات من الظلمات إلى النور ومن يؤمن بالله ويعمل صالحا يدخله جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا قد أحسن الله له رزقا الله الذي خلق 7 سماوات ومن الأرض مثلهن يتنزل الأمر بينهن لتعلموا أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما.
As the gender war rages on, in order to keep the peace, we must discuss the exact facts. Welcome to Exactly. I am your host, Saad Imam. Remove your shoes, enter upon your right foot, upon the right state of mind, bi'idhnillah. Topic: translating womanese. Translating single-womanese. Translating single-womanese. Dating or modern-day dating delusion. As I look for fodder for this particular podcast show, I come across many things similar from one profile to the next. And some of these similarities, I'd like to discuss them today, okay? Some of these similarities, I would like to discuss them today. Amongst them are the things that women are stating in their profiles and the things that they are claiming to look for. You will find it interesting. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 separate things. And I did not even write down everything, but this was about a day or two of research where people were saying something different. Most of the profiles almost seem like they copy paste to a certain extent. Then you'll have some that differ. So the ones that differed, I wrote down certain points, okay? And of course, we'll end this show with delusional dating profile of the week. I think you'll find that interesting. Nevertheless, let's get with it, okay? Women in their profiles say, this is one of the most oft repeated, they say, I am a hard worker. I am a hard worker. I said it before and I'll say it again. Men don't care. Men don't care about how hard you work, because when they say they are a hard worker, that means that they are obedient and submissive to their boss at work. They are obedient and submissive to their boss at work. I've had wives bark back at me concerning dress code. I've had wives bark back at me concerning curfew. Okay? But they didn't bark at their bosses. They wore exactly what their bosses said to wear. They came into work and left work exactly when their bosses said to do so. So there was no problem submitting and being in a feminine frame with their bosses. Okay? The one that controls, as they call it, the bag. But when it came to being a wife, they found, or I found, friction with that exchange. Husband-wife, but boss-employee was less friction. Okay, so when they say I'm a hard worker, I don't understand why they put that in their profiles, because you being a hard worker does not benefit me as a husband. That's for your boss. Put that on your resume. Don't put that on your dating profile or your marriage profile. They say, I'm independent. Well, men in their nature, biologically, are not looking for an independent woman. A man in their nature not looking for an independent woman, because independent means you don't need him. That means he's insignificant in your life. I'm independent. So what role will he play? And at the same time, they'll say, I'm independent, but I'm not into one-night stands. I will not be your sneaky link. I am not into casual dating. That's what they will say. But they say they're independent. So what role would this man play? He don't get none, and you don't need none. So, number 3, they say, I'm happy in my own skin. I don't understand what that has to do with dating or marriage profile, but they say I'm happy in my own skin, which could possibly mean that if you want them to lose a little weight to make themselves more attractive to you, and you're the one that matters, okay? Because you're the one that she wants. So you say, hey, let's work out together. I got a black card at Planet Fitness. I have this, I have that. Let's go work out. They say, no, I don't want to work out. I'm happy in my own skin. Okay, well, being healthier is never a bad thing, even if you're doing it for your man, okay, or your potential man. Happy in your own skin also means you can't tell her anything. You might want her to fatten up, baby. Let's get some more meat and potatoes in your diet. Let's, this is that, because being too skinny is unhealthy, just like being too fat is unhealthy. Well, being too fat is, that's more unhealthy, but being too skinny is unhealthy as well. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, brother Jawad. I'm just really getting started, bro. I'm on the number 3 of the list of 17. So they say they're happy in their own skin, possibly could translate as I'm not willing to change anything about myself physically. Okay. So anyway, so we move on. They say, I have my own everything. I have my own everything. Again, coming off of the independence. They don't need you. They don't need you. So they don't need you, and they don't want to give up the draws unless you commit to them. So you're going to commit to a woman that has her own everything. And not only they say, I have my own everything, guess what they say right behind that? You should too. Well, if you have your own everything, what you worrying about what he has? One woman said that I have my own everything. I don't need anything from you, but you better not be broke. Okay, why does he need? One said, I have my own everything. I don't need anything from you, but you better, even though I don't require you to take care of me, you better be financially able to take care of me. So you got to be financially able to take care of a person that you won't have to take care of. Make it make sense. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Sister Parker, alhamdulillah. So that is problematic. And I'm going over things that are common, often repeated in the dating profiles of women, okay? So they say travel is a must. They say you must be able to travel. So what kind of man is able just to travel? Very few. If you got a YouTube channel where you make money from, or some other type of online venture, or work from your laptop, that's possible. This one woman said, I want a man to be able to travel with me wherever I go. She was also independent and had her own everything, but she want a man to travel with her everywhere she go. She said, I'm going here, then I'm going here, and she listed 3 places. She said, I just left here, and I'm finna go here, here, and here. Right after this, I'm finna go here, here, and here. She says, and I want a man to be able to go with me these places. So basically, he won't have a life. It seems like she needs a child. She needs a teenage boy, her son, a teenage son, to travel with her, because me as a grown man being in construction, I can't just up and go like that. Even if I had the money, I still have to generate more business and more work in order to keep my business afloat. Repeat customers keep me in business. New customers build my business. Okay? New customers and referrals build my business. So I can't just jump and go wherever you want me to go. Are you funding it? Are you going to foot the bill? Can I afford not to work? That's the question. But you can't say, you want a man to be on this level and that level and that level, and then at the same time you say, I need him to travel wherever I go. Wallahi, this sister, not a sister. This woman said that I just left this place and I'm going to, my next stop is this place. And then after that, I'm going here. And after that, I'm going here. I need a man to follow me around, basically. That man doesn't have a life. You need to get you a young boy. You need to get you a sugar baby. A sugar boy. Whatever you call it. Or you become a sugar mama, I guess I should say. They say, yeah, they say, if you broke, just say so. You say, hey, buy me a bag. You said, man, I'm not wasting money like that. I don't even know you like that. Why would I buy you this bag? Well, if you broke, just say so. Well, if I wasn't broke, why would I buy you a bag? I'll buy a bag. Matter of fact, watch me. I'm finna go to that store and buy the bag that you want. I'm gonna give it to that homeless lady right here. How about that? I'm gonna show you how broke I'm not. I'm gonna give it to that homeless lady right there. She deserves it more than you do, especially with the attitude. So, Brother Jawad says, subhanAllah, he says, they sound like quains. I like to say quang. They sound like quains. He says, but they shame passport bros. Well, for the longest, it's mainly, mostly Caucasian women, but they go over to Africa and they walk the beach and they have sex with these dudes. These dudes walk the beach, big, strong African brothers. These older Caucasian women take them back to the hut, and get plowed, as they call it. They get plowed by these big African dudes walking on the beach. Some of them then got all kinds of gifts. Of course, they get cash payment and things like that. But it's so passport bros really is like a fairly new thing compared to this old plowing. This old plowing that they get in Africa. That's been going on for a minute. Um, Women, they say in their profile, commonly, they say, my kids come first. Now, as parents, we understand that the kids come first. But what if your kid says, Mommy, I don't want you to date anybody because they want you to be with their dad? Okay? What if they say, Mommy, I don't want you to date anybody? A woman told me that her daughter told her that be careful, because he might be a murderer. Well, everybody might be a murderer. Matter of fact, based on statistics, every white dude that gets on the elevator might potentially murder you. You know, and if you're black in a black neighborhood, you potentially get murdered by another black person. Statistically, if you see a young school-age boy in a trench coat, you better run. You better run. Statistically, right? So this is murder can come in many different forms. Okay. But we understand what the child is saying. But when a woman says, my kids come first, what if the child doesn't like you? Remember the woman that said, my cat must like you. And one brother, it was Jawad, one brother said, well, I'll just dip my finger in tuna fish before I go over your house. Your cat will guarantee like me. So therefore, then I can serial kill you. I can Jeffrey Dahmer you after that because your cat like me. So they say my kids come first. Like I say, on the surface as a parent, that's understandable. But at the end of the day, you got to make a grown decision. Kids might say, I don't want you to be with nobody but my dad. I don't want you to be with nobody but my dad. Well, that may not be feasible. You know what I'm saying? That may not be feasible. That I only be with your dad. Your dad didn't treat me well. So here I am now, and, anyway, my kids come first. Understandable, but, that can be problematic. You should never tell a man my kids come first. What if your kid is undisciplined? What if they're a jerk? What if they want to put the house on fire because you got another man or whatever, that's not their dad? It can become problematic. I've seen it become problematic. I don't want to get too specific, okay? Jawad says, it's odd they will send letters to thugs in prison and go after bad men. Yeah. Oh, prison is popping. Prison is popping. They got a lot of Muslim sisters that prefer to marry prisoners because they don't want to be wives. They want to sleep around. They want to do all this kind of stuff. And I'm just telling it like it is. So they rather a husband in prison than a husband on the street, because a husband on the street, they might have to, husband on the street, they might have to, acquiesce, and that's not something that they're willing to do. Okay. He said, Jawad says they have studies that show men are better fathers. Yeah, that's an easy. Sister told me yesterday, day before. She says, I ain't never heard this statistics. Can you prove it? I said, well, nature itself proves it. I can discuss it with you. I say, but this is so easy to find. Just Google it. It's so easy to find. They got all these studies done by these different family organizations, social societies, and stuff like that. It's not a knock on women. Women are not I was telling a woman not long ago that women are not disciplinarians. Men are. Men are the authority. When kids are acting up, they need discipline. Who's the disciplinary? Disciplinarian. That's the father. So anytime you take the father out of the child's life for whatever reason, it's not going to fare well. This is just known. I don't see why people will fight this statistic. Okay. So, sister, is it Letitia? Is it Letitia? I hope I'm not saying your name. Letitia. I think it's Letitia. Okay. Miss Parker. Anyway, it is difficult to find a man that is invested in your children as a father would be. Here I am. Nah, I'm a excellent stepdad. I'm an excellent stepdad, but I've had really bad experiences trying to help women that have kids. I've had really bad experiences. But there are some good brothers out there that will, and a lot of brothers don't want to even deal with your kids. They just, it's too many bad things that have happened to brothers trying to step up So we're gonna have to remedy that some kind of way. We gotta remedy it because children need father figures. It's crazy. Letitia. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. I think I was correct. Inshallah. So next thing, beast lover. They love their pets. I love my dogs. I love my cats. I love them. They take pictures on their dating profile. They got a picture of their dog with a scarf on. They got a picture of their cat with a vest on. Your dog and your cat would not be significant if I decided to pursue you. You know, this is what we're dealing with. Beast lovers. They love these beasts. Now I like my guard dogs. I like them. They don't come in my house. They're not pets. They supposed to eat people. I expect them to eat people, to bark, eat people, bark and eat people. But nevertheless, going beyond beast lover, they love beasts. Okay, and they let you know I love my beast. Okay, they say you must love their beast. Again, with the woman that says if my cat don't like you, it's not gonna work. This is real life. Jawad, remember this. She says if my cat doesn't like you, it's not gonna work. Okay, this is real life. Okay, they say I love my dog, I love my cats, and you must too. Now, I said it 1,000 times. I don't know you. I don't even know if I like you. But I gotta love your pets? They say I actually have to love their pets. This is problematic. This is problematic. Jawad says men don't mind being a stepfather as long as they have authority. Yes, yes. If I propose to a woman, if she has children, I'd be like, will you allow me to discipline your kids for the rest of my life? I won't say, would you marry me for the rest of our days? I say, can I discipline your kids for the rest of our days? That's what I want to know. I'm not going to be around no disrespectful children. You ain't my father. So, well, your father ain't your father. Nah, I don't think I'll be that harsh. It depends on how far they push me. But I have heard this. It is common and more stories are coming out. It is nasty. Women in general will get dogs that are masculine. Pit bull, muscular dogs. Yeah. I've heard some talk about women that have big dogs. The dude said, when I see women in the park walking a big dog, I get suspicious automatically. I've heard stories, bro, but this is not the time or place. Political affiliation. I'm a super liberal, and if you voted for Trump, we probably won't work out. Then some people say, I believe in, I'm a MAGA chick. If you don't like Trump, then I probably won't like you. So they throw their political affiliation out there. They throw the political affiliation out there to say that this is a no go. This is a no go if you got the wrong political affiliation. Whereas Muslim, we kind of like the same way too. If the political affiliation is not in line with Islam, then it's not gonna work. I've seen sisters with profiles say I'm a Democrat. Sister on there say I'm a Republican. I'm pro Obama and all this type of stuff. Well, we're not gonna work out because you have a different belief. You have a different God than I have. I believe there's no God except Allah, and you believe in Obama and democracy and stuff like that. So I believe in Islam, and we're not going to work out unless you submit to the Aqidah of Islam, not necessarily just to me, but submit to the Aqidah of Islam before you submit to me. So again, they throw out political affiliation a lot of times, and these are reoccurring things you'll notice in dating profiles. Okay, so it's not. I'm not saying these are not anomalies. Okay, these are reoccurring. Okay. They want a hobby simp. I want a man that want to go to museums and go make candles and go do some painting, this type of thing. So they want a hobby simp. Here's another man. Men don't like to go make candles. Now you might find a man that want to make candles or go to a pottery class paint a picture, if he's into art or whatever. You'll find a man that want to go to museums. You'll find one, but in general, men, that's not, men ain't trying to do all that. But you can find one. So it's possible, not probable. Okay, possible, not probable. If you want a hobby simp, those are your hobbies. Fine, go with your girlfriends. Go with your girlfriends. Why I gotta be dragged? Why you gotta drag me to a museum? Why you gotta drag me to make a candle? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So again, these are reoccurring things that you find. They're looking for hobby simps. Women will say, "I hate one-word answers." So don't text me with "sup." Don't text me with "hello," even "good morning." I don't like them short replies. I don't like short replies. And you'll say, "Well, what's wrong with that? She might be trying to get to know you. You should say more than just a short reply, right?" Okay, let me give you the flip side. Women say, "I hate long responses. I ain't reading all that. Don't write me no paragraph." So you got, you don't even know you can't even fit the bill. You can't even satisfy, because they say, one, I don't like short sentences. I don't like one-word responses. The other one saying, "Don't make it too long. I ain't reading all that. I ain't got time for all that." See? Can't win. Like Rocky's wife said at the top of the stairs, "You can't win." Yeah. Some of them have no eggs. I don't know that it is masculine to knit. Don't you know that it's masculine to knit? Yeah, according to Mufti Mink. Okay, so continuing, got about six more. They say, "I'm looking for my person." They're looking for their person. That almost sounds like they're looking for a robot. Because a man that's on his purpose and has purpose is not your person. Who was talking about this today? Daniel Hakikaju, DH. Daniel was talking about how he was just giving a history of wedding rings and things like that. This was a way to brand a man so other women would not approach him, almost like a vampire on the old movies with the cross. The wedding ring was used to brand men, so other women wouldn't approach. Also, this monogamy and all this other fantasy is used to keep men away from other women. So women started being attracted to men with wedding bands, because that shows that he's willing and able to commit. Okay, that he can hold on a woman. Not only that, along with that, this disenfranchises all the other women that may need a man. This disenfranchises them, and that's not fair to society, that you are so stingy with your husband when his nature is polygynous. His very nature is polygynous. But that's another topic for another day. Brother Jawaz says, "I have heard this. They don't even say my man, they say my person." Yeah. I'm looking for my person. Okay. And that sounds like you're the leader. That sounds like, because we'll look, when I say I'm looking for my wife, that's somebody that fits into my frame. I'm not fitting into a woman's frame. I'm not fitting into a woman's frame. SubhanAllah. Okay, so they say, "I'm looking for my ride or die." That's such a scary term. Ride or die sounds similar to, if you stop being their person, they'll do as much as even kill you. If you stop being their person, "I want my ride or die." Well, ain't nobody riding, ain't no man falling into a woman's frame and just riding and dying over nonsense. What is this ride or die? It sounds like that old gang culture I used to be part of. "I need my ride or die," My homeboy called me, hey man, such and such shot at me. It's time to roll. I say, come pick me up, or I'll meet you there. That type of thing. So yeah. So that ride or die thing, I want somebody to explain that to me because I understand it one way. They say I need a ride or die. Uh, they say it just means commitment. Okay, Letitia says it just means commitment. Well, isn't marriage commitment? Marriage is commitment within itself. I maintain and provide. I maintain and protect and provide, and you are submissive. Obedient and honorable. That's that's what it is. Marriage is a commitment within itself. So I guess they say I want to ride or die. You know, well, I don't think marriage is ride or die. Remember, a woman has to obey her husband except in matters that are haram. Would a ride or die disobey you when it comes to haram? A Muslim, I will. She'll disobey you if it comes to haram. Would a ride or die, allow his wife to be, practice infidelity and take her back and act like it never happened? You know what I'm saying? No. I don't know about the riding and dying. My life is from Allah and to Allah, inshallah ta'ala. They say stuff like, well, first of all, I'm addicted to ink. So, by definition, people that are into tattoos, they don't like themselves very much. They like to draw comics on their body, and they want all the drawings on their body to tell a story. Muhammad SAW said it's cursed. Allah curses it. It is a cursed act. If it's recommended, paid for, you drive them to it. You suggest it. All of that. You design it. You put the tattoo. All that is cursed. So they say, well, I'm addicted to ink. That's a whole different story. So a person that's addicted to ink is a cursed, that's a cursed individual. Addicted to ink, addicted to drugs, addicted to this, addicted to that. Those things run the gamut. But I'm saying, she says, I'm addicted to ink. What does that mean? That means you don't like yourself. You don't like yourself in your natural state. I'm saying you don't like yourself in your natural state. I have not one tattoo. My son went through the college. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother Black Mind. My son went through this mock college signing at his high school. All the kids got up and was speaking. They had tattoos, earrings in their ears, and all this type of stuff. My son got up, alhamdulillah, clean body, no tattoos, no earrings, none of that. Really proud of him, alhamdulillah. You know what I'm saying? Because society can influence your children no matter how you raise them. Society can influence your children to get those types of things. So a woman that says she's addicted to ink, first of all, she's a woman of ill repute. This is just Islam. She's a woman of ill repute because she puts herself in situations where strange men are drawn on her body. And those tattoos be in unmentionable places, even. As far as the cleavage, the small of the back, lower that, the tramp stamp, right? The lower back, different places. So you've already exposed yourself. Well, what if it's done by a woman? A lot of times those are not private sessions, and sometimes the woman is a certain way. But that being said, without all of that, it's still a cursed act. Jawad says, I honestly think they have lost the ability to be feminine. I see this way too often here. They are also upset at feminine foreign women. Yeah, that the tattoos, man, is really masculine. That is really masculine. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Now I've had a wife with a tattoo, but I mean it's a real. It's like I feel like I'm married my homeboy. Anyway, Black Mind says most men aren't allowed to not be committed anyway. Only a few guys are sought after by women and don't have to commit. Most guys aren't sought after by women no matter their level of commitment. Yep, that's true. I just told my sons that I said one of them, I said, you're 18 and your brother's 14. I say, if you were looking for a wife and you were about to choose a wife, would you rather choose from 10 women or 1,000 women? My son said, my 18-year-old said, to be with? I said, no, no, no. You're choosing one to be with you. One, two, three, or four. One, two, three, or four. But you're choosing. Would you rather choose from 10 women, a pool of 10 women, or a pool of 1,000 women? They said, well, both of them said 1,000. Both of them said, we'd rather choose from a pool of 1,000 women. I said, well, spend your younger years building yourself. Building yourself into the man that you want to be. I said, those 1,000 women will be seeking you. Those 1,000 women will be seeking you. Then you can choose the best of them. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay? I say, so let this be a lesson for you. I say, I was raised without a dad. I said, your dad is in your life now. Spend time building yourself, becoming a man that you want to be, and better than that. And I say, I guarantee you'll have a bigger pool to search from. I said, you part of the MSA at your university. You might be a Pakistani or Indian or which is basically the same thing, or Arab sister in the MSA, and she might you might be going to the NFL, and she'd be like, well, I got a few more years before I become a doctor. Let's go ahead and get married. Whatever, this and that. So I mean, it can be any type of situation. But if they spend their younger years building themselves, they will indeed, have a better and bigger pool to choose from. I recommend passports for even my sons. I recommend passports. So Jawaz says some of that ink causes birth defects and cancer. Yeah, it's scar tissue. It's scar tissue. It's artistic scar tissue. Make that make sense. Okay, Brother Black Mind says getting ready for work. It's almost 7 a.m. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Letitia says it really sounds like we're talking about non-Muslim women. Yeah. These dating profiles are Muslim, and they're majority non-Muslim, some Muslims. Majority non-Muslim, some Muslims are on here. Okay, but if I went to Muzmatch, I've used Muzmatch profiles before. It's pretty similar, sister. It's pretty similar. The women are not covered. They're showing themselves, heavy makeup. Some got tattoos. All of them talk. A lot of them talking crazy. So it's yeah. So yeah, majority's women from this particular site where I got this list from are non-Muslim, but not all of them are non-Muslim. Okay, so that's just to be upfront with you. So Jawaz says, I am in Cali. Some of these sisters here support LGHDTV 4K HDMI. Okay, I had the HDMI to it. Mafia and some have a pass. Yeah. That's mainly East Coast types. I'm sure California, they liberal, they do everything, but East Coast, Philly and things like that, New York, very masculine. Women, they have a LG HDTV 4K HDMI pass, things like that. This is not something that is uncommon. Okay, so continuing on, they say I'm a smart ASS. I got a smart mouth. That's what they say. That's not attractive. Dear women, that's not attractive. And yes, these are mostly non-Muslim women, but the Muslim women you come across, they say the same thing. I got a bad mouth. And you're supposed to say, "Oh, a bad mouth." That's not attractive. Isn't the point of putting out a resume or a profile is to attract? Why would you put something on there like, I got a smart mouth, I got a smart ASS mouth, and so on? So why would you put that on there? Going to the next one. I'm toxic. See, if a man say he was toxic, oh no, girl, don't date him. A woman say she's toxic, it's all of a sudden it's cute. It's a cute toxic. That's like taking a little poison. That's like imbibing, digesting a little poison. Because they toxic. But when it comes to a man, oh girl, he's toxic. Comes to a woman, I'm toxic. They admit themselves, I'm toxic. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's a turn off. It's not a redeeming quality. It's not an attractive quality. Okay, so stop that. And the last one, okay, before I get to this delusional dating profile, it says I'm content to be alone. I'm content to be alone. Then why are you on a dating profile site? Why are you on a marriage site if you are content to be alone? You're in the wrong place, my dear. Why don't you go to lonelyfarmers.com or something? Like, why are you here? You're looking for a man. You spent all that time filling out your profile to do what? To do what? To tell the world, I'm content to be alone. Oxymoron. Oxymoronic. Okay? So these are the 17 or so things I found common with many, many, many profiles that I peruse trying to find some delusional ones. Now, a lot of them don't have information. Some have information. Not all of them are delusional. I would say more of them, well, less of them are delusional than not delusional. I would say that in all honesty, okay? I would say that, but a lot of them aren't filled out. They just have basic information, but nobody gave like a bio or intro. So that may be where the divide is. I come across the most ridiculous ones, the most delusional ones, and those are the ones that I bring to you all after I read Jawad's comment. We'll go into it. Did you watch Brother Ali Dawa and Jabril Romani's video about marriage where they had a panel of women and men? Some were saying it was like halal, fresh and fit. I didn't see it. Brother Jabril Romani, I don't think he's on that. I don't think Ali Dawa was, well, I'm not sure about him, but I don't think Jabril Romani's on that type of thing. They probably just, didn't like the content because, it may be too red pillish, but nevertheless, I didn't see it. If I come across it, I might watch it. Long as it's not too long, if I have nothing else better to do, I may watch it. So let's go to the delusional dating profile of the week. Okay. I'm gonna hide it from. I can't hide it from you, man. I can't hide it from you. See, it won't let me. How far can I scroll down? As far as I can scroll down. As far as I can scroll down. Anyway, I might as well leave the whole thing up. Leave the whole thing up. Okay, here we go. This is Sierra. Sierra is 32. Okay. Sierra says a whole bunch of stuff we don't care about. I'm on my lock journey. So she's locking her hair. Twist these locks, whatever she call them. Okay. I'm tenacious, friendly, conscientious. I like thrills and active recreation. Whatever. Okay. I like mates who are providers. Oh, so she wants a provider. Educated and not easily influenced. Okay, mature. Okay. Advice from a friend. If you're not going to treat Sierra right, get married and make her a housewife, then bye. Okay. All right. Now we get into the delusional aspects. Vacations and thrills. Any race. No hood guys. Message me first. Okay, so you got to message her first. She's not going to message you even if she likes you. Okay. I'm abstaining from sex till I'm in a relationship. Okay, nobody's going to frown upon this, okay? Nobody, as a Muslim, let me get to the side. As a Muslim, nobody's going to frown upon this, okay? She's abstaining from sex until she's in a relationship. Here comes the bomb. Not wasting my body parts on a date. If you don't want to commit, then you shouldn't want to enter her body. Vacations, bruh. Vacations. Who's paying for the vacation? Who's paying for the vacation? Okay? She wants a vacation and thrills. Who's paying for that vacation and who's paying for those thrills? She's abstaining from sex until she's in a relationship. Then she says, I'm not wasting my body parts on a date. But the man is wasting his money. Now, of course, Muslims, we not expecting, sexual relations from a woman that's not our wives. We're not expecting that. But this is a Kafir woman, right? This is a Kafir woman. And she's saying she ain't wasting her body parts. Well, I'm not wasting my money. Can we meet at a park, a public park? I promise not to serial kill you. Let's meet at a public park, okay? Because, why would he waste his money? See, non-Muslims know this. Muslims know this, non-Muslims know this. If a man is spending on you, if he's taking you on trips, vacations, you know what a vacation is? That's with your man. It's not called sugar daddycation. It's called bae. Your bae. That's your man. In the language of the kuffar, serious boyfriend or husband. Vacation and thrills. But abstaining from sex. I bet you she got a grip of kids. Let me see. Okay, college degree. Yeah, I didn't screenshot the rest. I bet you she has kids. I bet you she has kids. Okay? And I bet you she didn't require this from the dudes or the dude that she has kids by. I bet you she didn't require it. So she wants vacations and dates, but she's saying, I'm not going to give up nothing until I'm committed. Well, I'm not going to spend any of my hard-earned halal money until we're committed. How about that? So we can text, talk, stuff like that, to tell each other how our day was, but nah, not spending no money. And I'm not saying men in general will spend money. If they spending money, they're expecting something. You know what I'm saying? D.L. Hughley has a real funny one. He said, baby, that's the she was looking at the lobster and all this, calamari, whatever it was, right? She looking at the lobster and all this type of stuff. He said, baby, that's the F side of the menu. He said the bad word, right? He said, that's the relation side of the menu. I'll say it nicely. That's the relation side of the menu, right? You might want to look over here in the pasta, in the pasta and stuff like that. So he had this real, I'm not doing a joke justice because I can't speak like he does. But he said, yeah, you're looking on the relationship side of the menu. You need to look over here, for the pasta dishes or something like that. Because, yeah, if a man is spending his money, he's spending his money for purpose. That's why I posted that issue where Steve Harvey gave that horrible advice, telling a woman, go ahead and date. This woman say, well, I'm celibate. I'm not doing nothing. I'll date these dudes, but I ain't doing nothing. As soon as they find out I ain't doing nothing, they stop calling me and stop taking me out on dates. He told her to continue going on dates. He said, and he gonna ask, believe me, he's gonna ask. It's gonna come up. And when he comes up, that's when you tell him. You ain't gotta tell him straight up front. Well, that's really disingenuous. That's really deceptive. Why don't you tell a dude, look, I want to spend time with you, get to know you, go out on dates with you, but I'm not doing this. Tell him that before the first date. You can't have this man spend his hard-earned money on you, and then after, y'all get to know each other and y'all start, hugging or whatever Kafirs do, right? Then all of a sudden you say, oh, well, I must let you know, No. Tell him before he spends his money on you. That's not fair. But anyway, that being said, that's the delusional dating profile of the week. And Jawad says, wow, 32, geriatric pregnancy. She's 3 years away from it. Yeah, it's close to it, 3 years away from it. Yeah, she sounds way too entitled. What's her name? Brittany Renner? Is it Brittany Renner? She just came out and said she's going on a coochie strike. That's what she said. She said, I'm going on a coochie strike. I'm not a sex strike. I'm not doing nothing no more with no guys. Bruh, your body count like a funeral home. You know what I'm saying? You got a body count worse than a black-owned funeral home. And now all of a sudden you going on strike. Dudes is striking you. You can't find a dude. You cannot find a dude. Not the dude you want. Random dudes. Random dudes that's that have low standards. But she can't find a dude. But so now she's saying that she's going on a coochie strike, and the girl that's interviewing her laughing. Say it again, girl. Say it again. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. Gotta stop playing games. We gotta get serious. Get serious about something, So anyway, that has been Exactly. I thank you all for viewing. May Allah Ta'ala reward you all. And I'll be back next week, inshallah ta'ala, with another one. And I'm looking for a co-host for my Saturday show, the Amu Yum Yum podcast, where we discuss, political issues, spiritual issues, whatever, Islam in general. This is dealing with gender wars, the problem between men and women. We cover Islamic issues. We cover even issues that the kuffar are going through, okay? Because this is a gender on gender issue. We live in a Catholic society. A lot of sisters are adopting. They are adopting the mores and and like they say in Jamaica, the character of these non-Muslim women. So we have to beware of the red flags when we see them, whenever they appear. So this has been your brother Saad Imam for Exactly. Tune in next week. Appreciate your viewership. Share it, comment, complain, cancel. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.